Hello, this is The Exhausted Programmer. My name is Alexander, and today I want to start a series that talks about technical topics but without technical knowledge. I imagine this series is good for people who might want to get into programming, people who work with software developers, or people who have family that work with computers. Today's topic will be integer math. When most of us was first introduced to math, we added and subtracted whole numbers. Next was multiplication, and then division. First, whole numbers are integers. Integers can be positive, negative, or even zero, but no decimals and no fractions. Also, let's change these operators to what we use in programming. The key to integer math is that not only are the inputs integers, but the outputs need to be integers as well. So adding and subtracting and multiplying all work as expected, because as long as you're giving integers, you will only get back integers. This leaves division. Well, integer division is simple. Just do the division and stop. You don't need decimals, you don't need remainders, and you don't need rounding. But what if you want the remainder? Actually, in my experience, I want the remainder more than I want the individual division. This is where we introduce the modulo operator. We can do math to get the remainder with the previous four operators, but it is so common in programming that we often use the percentage sign for the modulo. If I had to guess the most common use of modulo, it would be sum input mod 2. This could tell us if that number is even, since if it is even, there would be no remainder, else it would be a remainder of 1. In software, 2 is used a lot since computers use binary, but since we're not getting technical, we can do the same thing with our normal numbering system. If we want to store a bunch of information in a single number, we just make each digit cover a piece of information, in this case 7, 3, and 1. To get the data out, we can mod 10 for the smallest digit, or we can divide by 10 and then mod 10 for the second. We can divide by 100 for the third digit and continue on this pattern as needed. Another very common use of modulo is for generating a random number. It is common to grab a random number from 0 to some very large number like 4 billion, and then using modulo to reduce it down into the range we want. Don't forget that your outputs will range from 0 to 1 less than the number you provided, so we need to add 1. Also, modulo can be used to distribute work. If every ticket or work order has an ID that goes up by 1, you can mod that ID by the number of workers, whether they're human workers or computers in some server room, to spread the work out. Integer math is a great introduction to programming. It teaches us that simple math functions can solve a multitude of problems. It also gets us to start thinking about types of data, in this case, integers versus other types of numbers. Thank you for watching.